Welcome, nerds. What's
We
up?
back. What's good?
We back. Back in my crib, but whatever J. Cole said. Another episode of the Nerdcast podcast, A&E. Like to start off with a little bit of, wait, that's not even the right one. I thought I had the Batman intro queued up.
That's okay. Everybody will know.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear it, but I can. I can't hear what you're playing, but I know what it is in my head.
So weird. It's really loud in my ears. But that's a little tribute to Kevin Conroy, who just passed yesterday, late
'Cause,
yesterday.
yeah, he passed late yesterday and was reported today.
Yep. We all know him from one of our favorite animated series, the Batman animated series in the early 90s.
Like this kind of broke me this morning. It was rough. Like, cause the nostalgia hit, and I was like, "Damn, that's a voice from my childhood just gone."
Yeah, like as soon as you heard the news, like pretty sure the same thing happened. Like the song popped in your head,
Hmm.
the thunder
I
sh-
immediately
popped in
pictured
your
the
head.
intro. I was just like, "Oh."
Like this,
Like,
I am Batman.
hmm
Just
like his very stoic, just like strong and intimidating voice. It's just like, oh man, it's hard to beat. It truly is.
one of my favorite things that I do to this day, like randomly. It's not like an everyday thing, but like every once in a while, like I'll I'll say out loud the way he says Commissioner Gordon or try to. Gordon,
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon. What do we got?
Like, man, like just the way he held himself, it was like, uh, he he is the best Batman. He is the best Batman live action or anything. Just the best.
A lot of people grow up and they'll say like who's their favorite Batman? Like, Christian Bale, um,
Ben Affleck,
Ben Affleck, Adam West or whatever.
and then George Clooney.
Yeah. But personally, it's from the animated series. That voice right there. That's my Batman.
Man, like
Kevin Conroy.
he, it was hard to compete. That's a big reason why they didn't make like a lot of Batman movies because they're like, we can't like it's we can't really compare it to what Kevin can do. Because I mean, not so like the George Clooney Batmans were, and oh, Val Kilmer was also Batman for a little bit
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So it's just like
Church
they would
were fun.
throw.
They were
What's that?
they
They
were
were fun. They were
like
fun.
wacky comics. But I've always said this. It's between Michael Keaton and George Clooney, but I give it to George Clooney because he's taller. He's the best Bruce Wayne. He's the best Bruce Wayne. He's the most Bruce Wayne. Like his voice, he reminds me of Bruce Wayne.
Mm. But like, I also we also can't forget about the new Batman with Robert Pattinson. And man, I enjoy that movie for what it is. It is a very dark and edgy Batman. It's Bruce Wayne very much being the emo child we all wish we were that could fight crime.
I guess when I'm comparing the Bruce Waynes, I'm thinking mostly from the animated series.
100%.
That's
Like, I mean,
like George,
he was a perfect voice for Bruce and the perfect voice for Batman.
but I don't know. My favorite Batman is, like I said, the animated series. I can't really pick because like that's what we all that's what we're comparing it to. That's
Mhm.
that's like the standard. Where like he doesn't sound like Batman. Christian Bale was too much. Like it's all compared to the animated series, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I'm doing, and I think that's
Mhm.
what everybody's going for because that's like the perfect voice. But yeah,
Yeah, it's like it's one of it's that thing when people say Batman, Kevin pops into my head because every Batman thing I've ever truly enjoyed to my core has involved him. Like, don't get me wrong, again, like I said, the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, I
yeah,
enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I think they took a great approach to it. And just like we said with the Val Kilmer and George Clooney ones, they're fun. But like anything Kevin did, I immediately was like, this is like a DC like iconic thing.
yeah. Like as
Because
soon as you've seen it, you're like, it's perfect. No critiques.
right,
And
because again, like thinking about the amount of things that DC has done, none of them can compare to like a Kevin Conway like voiceover thing. No matter how much money they throw at it, no matter who's in it, like in Jason Momoa with Aquaman, like obviously like and in that being included with like the Justice League movie, the Justice League didn't have the same type of hit because when I think of Justice League, I think of the animated Justice League series and the
yes,
Justice
exactly.
League Unlimited series.
Conroy in both of those series.
Yep. So it's like Kevin is synonymous with Batman. Like he is Batman. He is Bruce Wayne.
He's been
Like
Batman
there's
more than anyone else.
yep.
He's been Batman more times and longer than anyone else, probably than everyone combined. Maybe if I'm thinking about it, yeah. I mean, you got to. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
as like a
he was
tenured runner.
Batman in
Mhm.
Static Shock. He was Batman in
Batman in
like
static fucking shock.
Static fucking Shock. Batman in Teen Titans Go. Like they're like, hey, we need a Batman. Let's call
He was
and let's
he
call.
played the best angry Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond.
Oh man, the old man Bruce, all
Fuck.
angry and weak,
hmm
angry because he's weak and has to depend on another person to be Batman.
And the thing is, he's not even really weak as a person. He's just too weak to be Batman.
That's
Like
what,
I wouldn't square up with
like,
Bruce
that's
Wayne.
one of those old people you see in like aisle 7. Like, and if he says something like rude because he's a grumpy old man, you just let it slide because those hands still look like they work.
That Bruce Wayne is the Chuck Norris of that world.
Yes, that's exactly who he is. Like if there was a Batman in real life, it probably would have been Chuck Norris, and he had passed it down to somebody else by now. Like Batman
Y'all.
knows. Also, let's go back to Batman Beyond real quick. One critique on Bruce Wayne.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's supposed to be so smart and like wants to do this the right way. Why did he? Why did he try to confide in a teenager to be the new?
So
Like, yeah, he's gonna rebel and stuff. You gotta go for like an 18-year-old who has a little bit of like something in their background, military, martial arts. I don't know, good grades, something. Terry was a shit show at first.
so like and I only really remember this because I rewatched all of Batman Beyond like a month ago. They have like the epilogue at the end where it kind of fills in some of those gaps. And this is a spoiler for anyone that's never seen it.
Oh my god, guys, he's- spoiler.
Look, I know this series may be fucking not a it's like
It's over 20 years old. As
yeah. Yeah, it is. Whew.
2003?
All right, yeah. You know what? Screw your spoiler alert.
Yeah, 20 years to think
So
about.
at the epilogue, it shows Terry as a more and like Batman animated series Bruce Wayne age, and
Oh wait, I remember this.
he breaks into Amanda Waller's house And Amanda Waller is just like, hey, I've been waiting for you. You don't need to break it. But like she explains it. She's like, are you sure you're ready for this? And he's like, yeah, I need to know. And she's like, fine. You are more or less a clone of Bruce Wayne.
Oh yes, that's exactly right. Because I was
Mhm.
trying to remember. Because if I mean, I was making fun of it, being facetious.
Right.
Like I mean, he saw himself in Terry a lot, also. But I'm guessing it's because he was he knew he was a clone of him.
Like, yeah, so Bruce, like, I don't know if Bruce specifically knew it was him. He probably figured it out
Yeah,
pretty quick because he's the greatest detective of all time. But it's like Amanda Waller was very much in charge of it because she's like, we can't afford to not have a Batman.
yeah,
So
of course.
she like helped bring it all to head. And then she retired and like brought the secrets with her. And then when Terry came to Bruce, I think Bruce more or less figured it out and just rolled with it because he's like, this city has become the worst thing I could imagine without a Batman. Like people are idolizing the Joker. There's like this crazy animal splicing thing that's going on and like a whole mix of like futuristic weird crimes. So he's like, yeah, like a Batman is needed.
Yeah, we
And
can't handle this shit.
but but like you said, he didn't expect Terry to be as rebellious as he was because also Bruce's son, like closest thing to a son, is just like already a trained assassin.
Mm, yeah,
And it's
y-
like all of his kids are more or less prepared to be Batman, but
more
then none
prepared
of
to
them.
be Batman than anyone he picks to train because he doesn't pick his kids.
Right. Yeah, because he's like, you can't be trusted. And it's like,
Your mind get polluted. I go.
yeah. But again, like, it just, with Batman Beyond, it depends on how much is taken as canon and how much they really roll with it.
Yeah.
But either way, oh, whew, Kevin, man, he provided some of the best memories I could ever have. And just that they're simple. And it's just me sitting down with a bowl of cereal, just
That's what I was
watching
about to
this
say.
shit.
Don't forget the bowl of cereal.
Which was like, what was your bowl of cereal of choice?
I mean, I was a cereal kid, so I loved them all. But my favorite top two were. I'll do my top three.
Top
Top
three.
three. No order. It's all random. So
Hmm.
Cocoa Puffs, Golden Grams,
Okay.
and see this last one can change so many times, but I'll just say Fruit Loops.
Ooh, that Fruit Loop one is good. That's a good choice. But like for me, my top three cereals as a kid. First off, this will always 100% be my number one. Apple Jacks. Fucking love me my
Hey,
Apple Jacks.
I was going to say Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks.
Yeah, and like they might as well be the same thing.
Apple Jacks got a little bit more spice on
Yup.
them.
Uh, the second one would 100% be honeycombs.
Oh no, they're not the same no more. I
No,
tried
they're not. They're not.
it's the same, so they're not on my list anymore. They're not even the same cereal.
Yeah, I'm talking about our honeycombs from like the 90s when they were like,
The
we don't give
90s
a shit.
honeycomb was probably in my top three. I gotta push out Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks.
And then,
Good honeycomb
oh,
there.
then the last one would be Frosted Flakes, but only with chocolate milk.
Oh, that's dope. But we didn't get to put chocolate milk in it all the time. So Frosted
Mm.
Flakes is still the best.
Oh, I made my parents buy chocolate. I was that kid. Only because I love chocolate milk in general.
Yeah.
Like I religiously will drink it to this day, but I'd buy the fancy shit because I'm an adult and I know how to spend my money. So I get it in the glass jar.
Oh man, this man Darius Garland is a monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching his Cavs and Warriors game when we're on here, and he's just, ooh, that man is nice. But yeah, back to our guy Kevin Conroy.
Mm,
Yeah, I mean he's just been in so many things.
so many.
So you want to get to top five Kevin Conroy movies slash things he's been a part of?
I'm up for that.
All right, I'll go first. I'll go ahead and get mine out. And these are in order from how I rank them, my favorite to or my least favorite to my favorite. So coming in at number five, we have Batman: The Killing Joke. That
Mm,
was
great movie.
I love those dark ass Joker movies. Like they're so
Hmm.
good. But all mostly every Batman movie is super dark because it's Batman and he's emo.
Facts.
And four, we have Batman: Mask of Phantasm.
That
That
is a classic from childhood.
that's
Fucking like
honestly
early 90s.
is one of the first movies I owned. Came out in
Hmm.
3 or 92. And
93.
yeah, and I just remember watching it all the time. Can't even remember too much about it right now, but it I've watched it more than probably any other Batman movie because
Mm.
we owned it. And then number three, we have Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. That's because that's the only Batman Beyond movie, and I did all movies. I don't know what you did, but yeah, and I had to get Batman Beyond in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Number two, Superman and Batman Apocalypse. Freaking awesome.
Great pick. That is a sneaky great first pick.
And like the whole movie tries to revolve around Superman, but Batman is also like on Darkseid's planet. Like
Yo.
just
Oh,
and then number one, the Flashpoint Paradox.
that is a great one too.
That's
Who
one of my favorite DC movies in general. So if we're doing any list with DC, that's probably gonna be number one.
mm. So, okay. That that oh man, the Flashpoint one kind of makes me think of some of the other DC animated movies they've done, and I've bought them. I have them on my Vudu.
Mm.
They're also on HBO Max, but we'll
Yeah,
get into those
I
later.
bought all of them on Amazon before they were all on HBO Max, or before I got
Okay, but
HBO Max.
for our boy Kevin, top five. So number five for me, it's not movie and it's not a TV show, it's just his performance in the Arkham video games. Those are some of my favorite games to play because you're more or less Batman as like Assassin Creed, but like a little more forgiving, and you get to customize your bat suit, and it's so much fun. Um,
Here,
number
stop at number four. Let me restart this, and then we'll jump back in.
number